If you're looking for some bomb spring fragrances to smell good, girl, I got you. I got you. So hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is 𝙈𝙆 If you are returning, hey girl. I know spring starts March 20th, but I would like to give you guys some recommendations a little bit before because we got like a few weeks. So I want to give y'all something that y'all can, you know, check out, test, sample, and see if you will actually like it. You know, I wanted to recommend some things that I feel are like nice beginning, opening spring perfumes. And I pretty much try to touch base on every category, you know, your sweet, your citrus, your fruits, your florals. So we're just gonna go and jump right in. If you are new, I would love for you to subscribe, and if you feel in this video, give it a thumbs up, and also sound off in the comments. Like if you guys are feeling the content or you have some of these fragrances, I would love to hear your opinion about them. So don't hesitate to drop a comment on. Let me know if you guys own any of these or you'll be getting any of these fragrances, and let's jump right into it. So the first one that I'm going to be talking about is Chanel Chance All Fresh. This is an EDT and it lasts for a decent amount of time. If you are into like a citrus, aromatic, floral type of fragrance, girl, this stuff right here, this is like a green citrus. This is so pretty. It's fancy. I like this fragrance because when you smell it, it smells like very sophisticated, but at the same time, it could be like versatile. I really love citrusy, kind of slight floral fragrances like these when it comes to more hot weather and you want something to be a little bit more refreshing to you or like kind of cool you down. This is also a good gym fragrance too. Don't think that like you can only wear these fragrances in certain times of the day. No, you can wear this like throughout the whole day, but it does give you that fresh smell to it, to where you might want to wear this on a hot day. You want that citrusy kind of smell. You want to smell fresh. This is by any means, I wouldn't say you smell like out the shower. This is more like this gives me more like a clean citrusy type of vibe. Like when you clean your hands with some lemon or something like that. It don't smell like that, but I'm just saying it gives me squeaky clean, but not like fresh out the shower. It's just more like a citrusy fruit, slight fruit kind of clean. Because it has that sophisticated factor to it, I really feel like you can also wear this with more upscale attire, especially if it's like a really hot day. The top notes is lemon, cedar, and citron. That opening gives you that punch that you need. That lemon and that cedar in the opening kind of makes it like slightly woody because that is a top note, but then the cedar fades and it does dry down to its middle base where that pink pepper and jasmine kind of shine through. So it does have a lot of punches there, you know, like it opens up with that fresh citrus burst with a slight hint of wood, which gives it that kind of well-rounded, sophisticated smell that I was telling y'all about in the beginning. But then as it dries down, you get a little bit more of like a floral approach with a little spiciness in there with that pink pepper. And then the base is patchouli, white musk, vetiver, teak wood, amber, and iris. And then that's when it dries down to a bomb base of patchouli, white musk, vetiver, iris. It has some teak wood and amber in there. So that base is kind of warming. It's almost like freshening in the beginning and then drying down to a nice woody, ambery, patchouli, kind of sweet, and that white musk to help keep it lifted, because you don't want it to dry down gourmand. Listen, hearing all those notes, you'd probably be like, that dries down like to a sweet. No, it has a little bit of everything. It has a little bit of sweet, it has some wood, but then it also has that musk to keep it fresh and kind of give you that remembrance throughout the day. That is Chanel All Fresh, and yeah, girl, it's a good one. Next up, we have Burberry Herms. This is an EDP. This is kind of more like your aromatic, fruity, sweet, slightly woody type of fragrance. Most of what you're gonna get is a fruity, aromatic kind of smell. Like a lot of people say that this smells like MFK's MFK's Baccarat Rouge 540, but I'm gonna tell y'all, like, I don't feel, as I always say, that it's exactly the same. It's just feel like it's in the same family with a different characteristic. If you're into Baccarat Rouge 540, I think you would like this one, especially if you like fruity smells as well, because the opening of this, it has strawberry and raspberry, and it's so good. It just smells like a very lifted, fruity, kind of freshy, not too mature and it's not too juvenile. It meets right in the middle. Like I feel all ages can wear this because it's literally like a airy, fruity smell. That's it. Baccarat Rouge 540's top note has saffron in it, which some people do not like saffron. Me personally, I feel like saffron comes off sweet. Others kind of feel like it's just like medicinal, or it's not that, you know, it doesn't have that sweet smell. But in here, it does not have listed saffron, but it still has that aromatic smell to it. It's still airy, it's still light. So if you were a fan of that, I do feel like you would be a fan of this if you like fruit, because of the strawberry and raspberry in this top note, and it kind of sticks throughout the fragrance. It's very prominent in the fruity section. But if you didn't like Baccarat Rouge because of that sweet factor, but you like the airiness of it and how it lasted in its sillage, then I do feel you should try this, because this does not carry a sweet type of scent. It's more like, I mean, it depends on what you call sweet. Like if you feel that fruits can be sweet, I do feel like it has a smidge of it, but it's more a fruity, airy type of fragrance. And I think that is perfect for the springtime when you just want to step out and you more so want to grab the attention of people smelling like, you know, a fresh fruit, a fresh bowl of fruit, predominantly strawberry and raspberry. You will like this one. This is a really good one. I really love this. Another bomb fragrance is the Versace Yellow Diamond. This is a EDT. You guys, this one is really nice. So unlike Chanel or Fresh, this one is going to give you out the shower clean. When you first smell it, it has a, I can smell the soap. The soap is not listed as a note. This is really, really good because it gives you that citrus freshness, but then it dries down on my skin as a soapy perfume. So I usually will, depending on how clean I want to be, I'll spray it on my skin to really smell like that soapy factor of it, or I'll just spray it on my clothes. So I really love this fragrance. This one is a really good one if you want to smell clean, you want to smell like you're fresh out the shower, but then you still have some of that citrusy notes in there, because this is more so like a citrusy yellow floral type of fragrance. It opens it up with like a nice lift to kind of give you that freshness, but then you have your middle notes, which is a lot more floral. You have your middle notes, which is a lot more floral, where you have your mimosa, water lily, African orange flower, and then the base is just musk, wood, and amber. So I really feel like throughout this whole perfume, it does try to maintain like a freshness to it, because the base has musk in it, but it also has amber. So it kind of, I feel like amber grounds fragrances depending on how much is in there or how they kind of make their little concoctions. But from using this fragrance, I can't say it doesn't turn gourmand or anything. I just feel like the amber keeps that base lifted up, and then that wood also keeps it fresh. If you're looking for a very fresh type of fragrance, then go for this, girl. What do y'all think? I mean, if you have this one and it turns soapy on y'all, I want to know. Leave it in the comments, because I sprayed it, and then when I sprayed it on my skin, to me it literally just smelled like I was like freshly, like I was just soapy out the shower before I even put on lotion or anything, which wasn't a bad thing. This is another one of those fragrances where it is versatile, because it's strong enough to be a sophisticated fragrance in a sense, but it's also clean enough to wear to like the gym or so. You can wear it because it has that clean factor to it and kind of like incorporate it throughout certain daily routines. Next up, we have Florabotanica by Balenciaga. This is the EDP. Girl, there is nothing like this one to me on the market that I've smelled. This fragrance right here, just imagine like a rainy day in a garden, but not a rosy garden. I'm talking about just a straight up garden with a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and after the rain and the sun rises and you walk into the garden, this smells so fresh. Like it just rained, the dew is in the air. This is a really, really beautiful floral fragrance, like super beautiful. This is an aromatic green floral type of fragrance. It doesn't smell like a flower shop, like, you know, it doesn't smell like a bouquet flower shop. It does have rose in there, and I can smell the rose, but it don't give me mature flower shop, you know what I mean? This gives me like fresh nature, green, beautiful floral rose. It literally smells like a dewy, like it just rained and the dew is coming up from the whole garden. So good. The top note is mint, and then you have your middle notes, which is rose, carnation, and cannabis, and then you have your base, which is vetiver and amber. Girl, I thought this was a lot more complicated. I thought that it would be a lot more complicated notes in here, but I don't know how they did it with the handful of notes that they have, but it really, really smells good. Like this is one of those fragrances where you do really smell like a fresher breath of air. That's exactly why I picked this. Hence how I explained it. It smells like after it rained and the sun comes out and you got that dewiness. Springtime, you know what I'm saying? Like when spring comes, I mean, don't get me wrong, it still kind of rains in the springtime, But then when the sun comes out and it's a nice warm day and you're walking through a garden that just got rained on, that's what this gives me. This you will pass by people and you will probably lift their spirits with this, girl. This is really, really nice. And just a reminder, everything will be linked below. So if you do like any of these fragrances and want to check them out, you can also check out my links. They are affiliate links, just to let y'all know I get a small commission. So it doesn't interfere with y'all purchases. It just helps my channel. So yes, check the description box if you guys are interested in any of these fragrances that I am mentioning to y'all. And let's get to the next one. So Lancome La Vie Belle. I know everybody's probably like, oh, that's so basic. That's so basic. But no, baby, this is Cristal. Okay, this is an EDP. This is a spin-off to the original, okay, honey, and it's done nicely. And what I mean by it's done nicely, it has a coconut note to it, which gives me tropical island. Like, girl, if you are traveling through the springtime, you might want to grab this because this is a sophisticated coconut-driven type of fragrance. Fancy though. This is fancy. Whereas the original was just very gourmand and sweet and probably too basic or overdone for people. No, baby, this is a twist. That coconut in there, it just reminds you of being on like an island. It has some citruses in there, but it's not citrus driven. I just think it helps to lift it up so it won't be so grounded and then you're smelling just a straight gourmand. If you love coconut, I think you will really love this one because this is the bomb, honey. Let's go into the notes. The top notes is mandarin orange, pink pepper, and bergamot, and then that's followed by the middle notes of ylang-ylang, iris, and orange blossom and jasmine. And then we have the base notes of coconut, vanilla, and patchouli. So there's no woods in here, baby. This is strictly a floral, a sweet, kind of like tropical type of deal. It doesn't give me tropical off bat. It's just when you spray it and you smell that coconut, it could take you there, you know, depending on how much you can smell the coconut or how you feel about coconut. It could take you there. But then it just wheels you back in like, no, baby, I'm sweet. I'm a sweet thing. Like, out of all of them, this is the sweetest gourmand one that I'm mentioning, but I threw this one in there for those of you guys who love a gourmand and you want something that is still sweet but then also have a little freshness to it because of that coconut and that bergamot and pink pepper in the beginning notes. It does kind of blast off with a freshness to it and then it dries down and give you sweet. So I definitely recommend this in the springtime if you are, you know, going out on a date, going out on an evening. As it dries down, it's giving you more gourmand. So yes, if you guys did like my recommendations, comment below if y'all own any of these. Let me know. I want to know which ones you guys do like or do not like. I personally love all of these fragrances. I definitely will recommend these more so for that warmer weather. If you did enjoy this video, also leave a comment. Don't forget to thumbs up the video. Subscribe if you have not already. Check out my socials. You can catch me on IG and all that good stuff. And until next time, you guys.